Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Venkatesh, your drawing faculty. In this channel, I'm going to teach you engineering drawing. Not only engineering drawing, in this channel, I'm going to teach you. This channel is completely based upon only education purpose. Okay, here you will get engineering drawing subject, and you will get Vedic mathematics, and you will get NEET physics. Okay, NEET physics and IIT JEE physics. Okay, engineering stream. So that's why I'm going to deal with the subjects which are related with the mechanical engineering stream. Okay, not only mechanical engineering stream, I have good knowledge in Vedic mathematics and good knowledge in NEET physics, IIT JEE physics. Okay, and very soon I'm going to launch one NEET and IIT JEE related course in my YouTube channel. Okay, I hope all of you will go through that courses and will enjoy. Okay, will enjoy the subject and knowledge. Okay, so myself D Naga Venkatesh, I'm Dasa Naga Venkatesh. I belong to mechanical engineering stream. I completed my post graduation in 2016, and I have nearly 5 years of teaching experience in mechanical engineering stream. Okay, so IES means it's Indian Engineering Services Exam. Okay, like IAS, IPS, IFS. You know, IAS means Indian Administrative Services, IPS means Indian Police Services, IAS means Indian Engineering Services, IFS, Indian Foreign Services, Indian Forest Services, like that. Okay, IAS also is a branch of the Civil Services Examination. Okay, so in Indian Engineering Services Examination, this engineering drawing exam in prelims is for 20 marks. Not only engineering drawing plus design plus safety. But among these all three, engineering drawing will occupy 90% of weightage. Above 90%, greater than 90% of weightage, we can say. Okay, so in this engineering drawing, we are going to deal with the concepts. Why I am telling concepts means, especially this engineering drawing subject is for all branch of engineerings. Okay, so suppose for mechanical engineering, for civil, EEE, and ECE. For all four branches, we have engineering drawing subject, and these four branches are eligible to write IES examination. Okay, so in these branches, for your first year of engineering, you might have gone through this subject, engineering drawing. Okay, so what will be there in engineering drawing? You need to draw certain diagrams. Okay, you need to draw ellipse, you need to draw parabola, you have to draw projection of points, projection of lines, projection of planes, projection of solids. You might have gone through it, orthographic and isometric views. Okay, these are all the curriculum. Okay, so in this, what you are going to do, you will have one drawing sheet and a mini drafter. On the drawing sheet, you used to draw all these concepts. Okay, but in this Indian Engineering Services Examination, you are not going to draw any of the diagram, but you should know about the diagrams. Why? Because of they will ask you questions regarding the concept, how you have drawn the diagram, what is the principle of ellipse, what is the principle of parabola, what is the principle of projection. Okay, what will be the application of these projections, like that they might ask you the questions. Okay, so for this reason, you need to study this subject thoroughly, and you should dig the subject very deeply. Okay, otherwise you cannot answer the questions. Why? Because of the questions are very tough and very creative manner. They will ask you questions in very creative manner. Your brain should think in the creative manner way. Okay, so for this, before going to this subject, I need to thank my teachers, GPV Anjaneyar garu and Balaji Gupta garu, and Raghu Satish garu, and the person who gave me basics is Mr. GPV Anjaneyar garu, who trained me a lot in drawing subject. Okay, and I got very basics in my childhood from Mr. Narasimha Rao garu, my senior. I used to call him like Anna. Okay, so I'm very thankful to my teachers, especially GPV in Anjaneer Garu. I'm very thankful to the Anjaneer sir who taught me this subject very well. Okay, so coming to the topic, we might have so many subjects in engineering drawing, in Indian engineering services. Okay, you will have SOM, you will have some other subject. SOM means strength of materials. You will have thermodynamics. You will have some other subject like mathematics and physics, like that. Current affairs are also there. Very soon I am going to introduce that current affairs subject also. I will try to put those videos also. Why? Because of Indian engineering services exam. Prelims examination is maybe between 17th or 18th July. So I will very soon I will try to upload that video. Upload the video which is regarding to current affairs. Okay, so that would be very useful for the engineering students. I mean IES aspirants maybe. Okay, so before going to this subject, we need to know about the syllabus. Of course, all of you might have known about the syllabus. Syllabus will be, first of all, basic concepts. Next, drawing instruments. Next, geometrical constructions. Next, roulets. Sorry, only one L. Roulets. Engineering curves. Sorry. Next is conic sections. And the next concept is scales. And the next is orthographic projections, which is very, very important. Now, orthographic projections, you have subtopics: projection of points, projection of lines, projection of planes. Next, projection of solids. Next, sectioning of solids. Next, development of surfaces, and some concepts in isometric projection, and some of the concepts in assembly drawing. That means very few basic concepts in machine drawing. You might have studied machine drawing in your second year of the engineering, especially for mechanical people. Okay, so these are the concepts we are going to go through. Okay, so why should we learn from your YouTube channel only? Means, suppose if you go to other institutions, other IES training institutions or some other institutions, the trainers will have certain time period, like within 15 hours of time they should have to complete the total syllabus. Okay, if not, somebody will take 20 hours. Okay, in that case, there is a chance of missing certain number of very small number of concepts. But here in our YouTube channel, we don't have the type of limitations are not there. Okay, so no problem, we can discuss the subject very thoroughly. Okay, and we can go through this very thoroughly. Okay, and we will practice some mock tests, and we will practice some previous examination paper questions also here. Okay, so I will upload 30 number of videos regarding this particular subject. Okay, it might get increased. Okay, but very useful for you. Okay, in my videos and in my lectures, I'm not only going to cover the topics which are related with IES only. You can, with the help of my videos, you can attempt any competitive examination. So in which competitive examination this engineering drawing subject will be very helpful? There are so many: SSC, JE, IES, APPSC, TSPSC. I mean only technical related, not non-technical, for all technical related. Okay, and in railways, In these type of examinations, they will ask you questions in engineering drawing subject also, for sure. Okay, so we are going to deal with these concepts also, concepts. Okay, so in these concepts we are going to deal with what are the contents you are going to deal with. We already discussed about it. Okay, so now the foremost thing is why. So I will start my lecture with definition of engineering drawing. What is engineering drawing? What is it means? So you tell me, what is engineering? All of you might have studied engineering subject. Engineering, I mean, maybe mechanical engineering or chemical engineering or civil engineering, electrical engineering. But what is the definition of engineering? It is nothing but the science which allows us to apply the physics and mathematics to solve any real-time application or any real-time problem. Okay, engineering means what will be there in engineering? In engineering, there will be only physics and mathematics. It's completely depends upon physics and mathematics. Somehow little bit amount of chemistry. There will be no biology, no commerce, no economics, no political science. Nothing will be there. It's completely the combination of physics and mathematics. So in engineering, what is the definition of engineering? We can say the science which allows us to apply the concepts of physics. It's the concepts of physics and mathematics to solve any real-time problem or any real-time application. Okay, why? Because of, suppose if you want to construct a building, you need to apply physics. Okay, constructing a building is the work of civil engineering. If you want to manufacture any machinery part or any automobile system, it is the duty of mechanical engineering. Okay, so there also he is applying physics and mathematics. Okay, so everywhere engineer means he should be able to apply both physics and mathematics concepts. Okay, suppose next, what is engineering drawing? Engineering drawing, the subject or the phenomena which conveys the information in terms of the subject or the phenomena which conveys the information in terms of diagrams, between engineers. Okay, why? Because of, if you give any engineering drawing diagram to some normal people, they won't understand. Okay, so that's why this engineering drawing subject will be in between engineers itself only. Okay, it is the subject or the phenomena which conveys the information in terms of diagrams between engineers. Why? Because of, why we need to convey the information in terms of diagram? We need to convey every information in diagram. Why? Because of, especially in engineering. Okay, I will tell you one general example. Suppose I am there. If you want to tell something about me to your friend, what will you say? You cannot say, if you say Venkatesh sir is 5.7 feet and his skin tone is white, like that. If you explain him in 10 statements, even if you explain him with 20 or 30 statements, still he may not be able to imagine my face in his imagination. Okay, but if you are able to show my portrait or my picture to that person, he will remember my face every time. Okay, so this is why the diagrammatical representation is very, very important. Even in your childhood days, when you are studying school days. Okay, in your school days, for everything there is a diagrammatical representation. Why? Because of, to understand properly. or for better understanding. Again, this engineering drawing also called as the language of engineers. For any other subject in engineering streams or in any engineering branch, no subject have this title. This is the language of engineers. Okay, clear? So why? Because of only engineers will interchange their thoughts in terms of diagrams and graphical representations. Okay, why? Because of, suppose a civil engineer will in between civil engineers, the building diagrams will interchange. In between mechanical engineers, the diagrams of machinery parts will get interchanged. In between ECE, electronics communication engineering students, the diagrams of circuit boards and the transformers will get interchange in between them. Okay. Okay, I will start my lectures with engineering drawing instruments. Okay, what are the instruments we are having? We are having so many instruments, but the main basic parts, we will get questions from these instruments also. You might have, see in your, if you open your textbook, what will be there? First of all, they will tell you what are the engineering drawing instruments. You might have not gone through properly. Okay, but for the purpose of Indian Engineering Services examination, you need to have the thorough knowledge about instruments also. Okay, why? Because of they will ask you questions in engineering instruments also, engineering drawing instruments also. Okay, so instruments, what are the common instruments we are going to use? First of all, T-square or mini drafter. Okay, next, drawing board, and next, drawing sheet. Okay, next, pencils, clamps means clips to hold the drawing sheet. Okay, next, set squares, and next, French curves. Okay, these are the most important things, and you might have like eraser, sharpener, protractor, compass. Okay, these things are also will be there, but not that much important. The most important things, very thoroughly we will get questions in pencils, in drawing sheets, and next in drawing boards. Okay, anyway, we will start my lecture with T-square or mini drafter. Okay, so T-square అంటే ఏంటమ్మా? నార్మల్గా అన్ని చూస్తూనే ఉంటాం. ఇంగ్లీష్ కదా, మర్చిపోయా. So now I will start my lecture with T-square and mini drafter. You might all of you might have seen mini drafter, might have used mini drafter, not seen. Okay, so a mini drafter, it looks like this. This is the small scale and this is the bigger scale, and here it is engraving angles. Okay, this is the lock system. Okay, the angle between big and small scales is 90 degrees. These two are perpendicular to each other. These two are perpendicular with each other. Okay, so what is T-square? Okay, first of all, with the help of mini drafter, what we can do? You can indicate angles, you can draw horizontal lines, straight lines, you can draw vertical lines. Okay, you can draw perpendicular lines also. Okay, so next thing is T-square. Looks like this. This part is known as head, this part is known as blade. Okay, of course, here also the angle between head and blade will be 90 degrees. But with the help of T-square, we can draw only straight lines. That means horizontal lines. We cannot draw vertical lines. Why? I will tell you after some time. We cannot draw vertical lines like in mini drafter. We cannot draw angles. Okay. So with the help of this T-square, we cannot draw all these things. We can draw only straight lines and horizontal lines. Okay. So who use this T-square? The students which belongs to Bachelor of Architecture. The students belongs to this particular stream will use this T-square. Of course, you also can use, but it's not preferable for normal engineering students. Mini drafter is preferable. Why? Because of it's have so many uses and advantages over the T-square. Okay, so T-square, you know, this is 90 degrees, this is blade and this is head. Sir, with the help of this T-square, are we not able to draw vertical lines and angles? We can draw, but we need other instruments also to do it so far. So how about drawing board? Okay, what is drawing board? Where you can place your drawing sheet. Without having this drawing board, you cannot place your drawing sheet. Where you can place your drawing sheet, you are not going to place your drawing sheet on floor and you are not going to draw any diagram. Okay, so for this purpose, we need drawing board. How this drawing board looks like? This is what the drawing board we usually see. You all might have thinking about this. This is how the drawing board should be, but it's not. It's wrong. Here the drawing board will be like this. Some small edge will be there. Some small edge will be there. It's nearly 3 to 4 mm. Okay. Usually, this part of the drawing, in this part of the drawing board, you will place your drawing sheet and you will do your work. This part is known as working edge. Here, where you will place your drawing sheet. So then what is this edge? Here the edge is somehow removed up to 3 to 4 mm. This edge is known as ebony edge. This edge is called it as ebony edge. What is the use of this ebony edge, sir? Here you can place the head of the tri-square. Here you will place the head of the T-square. Okay. The head of the T-square will be placed here, and with the help of blade you will be able to draw straight lines on drawing sheet. This is the use of this ebony edge to give facility to T-square. Okay. So this is what head is, this is what drawing board, and this is what ebony edge. Okay. And in drawing boards we have some sizes. Okay. These are the sizes. Okay, this is the serial number D0, D1, D2 and D3. D0 is 1500 by 1000. Okay, this is L length into width, mm into mm in terms of mms. Okay, D0 is 1500 to 1000 and D1 is 1000 to 700 and D2 is 700 to 500 and D3 is 500 to 500. So among all these drawing boards, which type of drawing board we are going to use? We are going to use D2. This is the board we are using for the engineering drawing purpose. All these boards we are not going to use. Okay. So this is ebony edge. This is T-square. Okay. This is about drawing board. With this legs will be there. Drawing table. On the drawing table only your drawing board will be. So now the concept is drawing pencils. Okay. while drawing your engineering drawing, you might have used pencils. We are not going to draw anything on drawing sheet with the help of pens. We are going to draw everything with the help of pencils only. Okay. So what are the type of pencils we have used? You might have used H, 2H, HB pencils. That's it. You might have used only 3 pencils, but actually there are 20 number of pencils. There are 20 number of pencils in drawing concept. What are those type of pencils? Look at this. H, HB, 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B, 7B, 8B, 9B. H, 2H, 3H, 4H, 5H, 6H, 7H, 8H, 9H. Okay, so how many number of pencils are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Not only HB, here it is have 1B also. HB and 1B, right? 2H, H, HB, 1B. Okay, so there are now 19 number of pencils. So where is the 20th one? It is F. F means fine grade pencil. These are all the grades. H means hardness. B means bold. Bold means thickness. Okay, so hardness and bold. Now you have seen 20 number of pencils. So how these pencils are classified, on what basis they have classified? On the mixture. On the mixture of materials. What are the mixture of materials? Clay and carbon. Clay and carbon. If clay got increased, then the hardness of the pencil will get increased. If the carbon get increased, then the boldness of the pencil will get increased. I hope you understand. Okay. In pencil, is a mixture of clay and carbon. If we increase the percentage of clay, then the hardness of pencil will get increased. The hardness of pencil will increase with increase of clay percentage. Okay, then the boldness will be increased with the help because of the increase in carbon percentage. Okay, according this only they have classified. Okay, so among these things, which one is the most boldest pencil? The most boldest pencil is 9B. Why? Because of this is the highest grade. The most hardened pencil is 9H. Okay, what is the very small hardness pencil? H. Okay, what will be the moderate hardness pencils? 2H, 3H and moderate hardness. Okay, so what about this 8H, 7H, 5H hardest pencils? So this 9H is extremely hard. In the same way, this is somehow normal bold, and this 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B are moderate bold, and 6B, 7B, 8B are boldest, and 9B is nothing but extreme boldness. Extreme boldness. Okay, how this is how pencils have been differentiated. Now in examination he can ask you, among the following things, among the following pencils, which one is the extremely hard pencil? It's 9H. Okay, if extremely bold means 9B. HB means it is combined, the percentage of clay and carbon, the percentage of hardness and the percentage of boldness are in equal proportions for HB pencil. Fine means it's very fair. It's very fair. Okay, this is about pencils. You can get questions in pencils also accordingly to their hardness. Okay. I think you might have understood how this hardness and boldness got differentiated. Okay. Next concept is drawing sheet. Okay. Drawing sheet is it is an instrument where you will draw graphical representations. That's it. That's it. Nothing is there. And the main criteria and main important thing to note it down is the common ratio. The common ratio of length and width. Okay. What is the common ratio? The common ratio is 1:√2. Very, very important. They can ask you the question. The common ratio is 1:√2. And like in drawing board, we are having different type of drawing sheets. Okay. Drawing board, it's indicated with D. For drawing sheets, the sizes are indicated with A. Why A? According to the area of the drawing sheet. According to the area of the drawing sheet. Okay. So here are the indications. The indications are A0, A1, A2, A3 and A4. Okay. So in these drawing sheets, which type of drawing sheet we are going to use it for drawing purpose? For our daily drawing use, we are using A2 for the engineering drawing purpose. Okay. So okay, then what about the A0? A0 means, suppose if you see anytime civil engineers or your building plans, any building plan, to draw any building plan and elevation, we need A0 sheets for building plans and elevations. What for A1? Even A1 I don't know. I haven't gone through this A1. For A3 it is type papers. And A4 is for your normal daily life usage. In your daily life usage, like for the purpose of printing and for Xerox, all sheets are A4 sheets. Okay. See this, the A0 size is 841 by 1189. It means it is in the ratio of 1:√2. See this is 841 by 1189. Okay. What about A1? Half of 1189. Nearly half of, not exactly, approximately half of 1189 is 594 and this 841 is here. Okay. See for A2, this 594 is there. This 594 is there. And the half of 840, nearly approximate half of 840 is 420. In the same manner, A3 also, 420 is here. Half of 594 is 297 nearly. Okay. For A4 also. Okay. So this is how, if you remember this A0, then you will be able to remember the total sheets. You can avail A5, A6, A7 also, but not needed now. Okay. If A5 means 210 will be here, half of the 297 will be here. Okay. That's it. That means nearly 148. Okay. So this is about drawing sheets and drawing sizes. Okay. So to know about drawing sheet size, we have a formula. Area of drawing sheet AN is equal to 1/2 power n meters square. This is the formula to find out any drawing sheets area. Why? Because of now it is sizes are in mm by mm. After multiplication only you will get exact area. But if you want A1, what you will do? 1/2. 1/2 power 1. 1/2 power 1 means it's 0.5 meter square. That means half meter square. If it is A0, then it will be 1/2 power 0. 1/2 power 0 means 1/1. That means 1 meter square. So the area of A0 sheet is 1 meters square. So like that you can find out area of A2, area of A3, area of A4 and everything. Okay. If you want A4, it is 1/2 power 4. 1/2 power 4 means 1/16 meters square. 1/16 meters square. Okay. So like that you can find out the area of any of the sheet. Okay, so you can ask me, only A type of sheets are there? No, you have B type of sheets also. You have B type of sheets. What is B type of sheet? It is the geometrical mean. It is the geometrical mean of an minus 1 and an. That means two consecutive sheets, two consecutive A sheets. B type sheets is equal to geometrical mean of two consecutive A sheets. Okay. Next, C type sheets are also there. C type sheet means the geometrical mean of A and B sheets. I will tell you clearly about this concept. Please note it down now. What is B type sheet? It is the geometrical mean of two consecutive A sheets. Okay, that means if you want B1, like A1, if you want B1, then what you will do? It is the geometrical mean of A0 and A1. It is the geometrical mean of A0 and A1. Okay, if you want B2, then you will get geometrical mean of A1 and A2. That's it. This is the two consecutive. See how these are formed: an minus 1, an. This is what it is. Okay, B type of sheet is geometrical mean of two consecutive A sheets. Okay, this is Bn. Bn is equal to square root of an minus 1 and an. And we are having C type of sheets also. What is the C type of sheet? It is the geometrical mean of an and bn. That means it is the geometrical mean of A sheet and B sheet. That's it. Okay. So how well we can see B type of sheets? Why? Because we have A type of sheets. A type of sheets are for drawing purpose, and B type of sheets are for judiciary purpose. Judiciary and revenue departments. These sheets are useful in judiciary and revenue departments. Okay, these are the points. Please note it.